Hello everyone! Welcome back. Zargot here. How's everybody been? Hope you've all been doing well. I know it's been a week or so since we got a video uploaded, but as I was kind of telling everyone before, we've got all of our new equipment in, got all my new office set up here, you know, got the new editing software, got a brand new PC, got a nice big monitor so I can, you know, edit videos better and hopefully have a better quality video for everyone to watch and enjoy on YouTube. Which is great because my laptop actually completely died, so I wasn't able to do any recordings or any editing or anything. So, you know, it's the perfect time to get the new equipment in and start using it. So this is going to be the first video that I'm going to have edited and uploaded for everyone to enjoy with the new equipment. So I hope you all enjoy it. I hope it looks better. I hope the sound quality is better. I certainly like all the new stuff. It's a lot easier to do the recording, and I just love having the big monitor instead of the little rinky-dink laptop screen. So that's just a big bonus to me. Anyway, we're going to be jumping into a Rivals of Ixalan draft here. I hope everyone's going to enjoy watching the picks. Hope you're going to enjoy watching the rounds. If you do, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So let's get started. Okay, everyone. So let's see what we got in our first pack. Our rare is Jade Light Ranger, and that is a pretty strong card. I think it's worth a few tickets as well. If Jade Light Ranger wasn't there, Merfolk Mistbinder is very strong as well. It's actually got a lot of good Merfolk cards here. You know, you got the Jungleborn Pioneer, the Mistbinder, and the Ranger. Mutinies, Fine Piece Removal, Moment of Cravings, very good as well. But for me, I'm pretty happy just to grab the Jade Light Ranger here. I think this is going to be a pretty strong card for us. Although I wouldn't fault anyone for taking the Mistbinder here either. And which is the foil here? Hard to tell. One of these must be foil. We have four uncommons. So yeah, we're going to take the Ranger. Happy to grab that. I like the Ranger because even if you're not playing Merfolk, as long as you're in green, I mean, this is just a fantastic card. 2 Explore triggers is very powerful. You draw a couple lands, or you end up with a 4/3 for 4, or excuse me, for 3. If anything, it'll let you set up your draw step. Okay, so the person next to us sent the Silverclad for Ceradon. You know, I don't really care for this particular card. What's the best card in the pack here? For green, all we have is the Stalker and Aggressive Urge. Not going to grab one of those here. Probably one of our uncommons. I like Expel. And blue-green, you know, that is the Merfolk colors. It's also the Mausoleum Harpy, but black-green doesn't do too terribly much. Although, I guess if you have a bunch of Jungleborn Pioneers and you're playing with Mausoleum Harpy, that's pretty decent. So maybe the pick is the Mausoleum Harpy. I mean, it's flying. And black-green, I guess black-green, I've seen some decks, you know, where your green kind of blocks up the ground and you have a couple black flyers, you know, some vampires, or things like the Harpy here, and then good removal. Yeah, I think I probably like the Harpy better than Expel. I mean, I also like the Spirewinder, but let's just take the Harpy here. Yeah. Okay. And there's a Jungleborn Pioneer. Probably going to be our pick. Not seeing a lot of blue. So it just maybe the first couple packs are pretty light. For black, we're not going to take the Dust Charger. I like Jungleborn Pioneer. I like it with our Jade Light Ranger. I think it puts a lot of pressure on the board. It gives you a lot of options. It's also Sailor Means, which is very strong as well. Horncrest is a good common, but I'm definitely going to grab the Pioneer here. The only part that stinks is we did pass the you know, the 2/2 Merfolk that pumps all your other Merfolk, so I feel like we're probably less likely to. I'm assuming the person we passed it to probably took that card, or there's a very good chance at least. So in pack 2, if that is the case, we probably won't be seeing as much. And if they didn't take it, you know, the person beside them would have taken it, or should have taken it. Here, you know, not a super strong pack. I mean, we're seeing a bunch of these Famished Paladins, and they're a fine blocker. Some Evolving Wilds, if we just want to stay completely and totally open. I mean, we could just take Overgrown Armosaur. I think that's a fine, you know, fine dino there. Just kind of a weak pack. I don't really care for the Voracious Vampire unless we have a few vampires. I mean, Buccaneer's Bravado is pretty good, but we don't have any of the pirates. So maybe just take the Armosaur. Pretty underwhelming. But yeah, I'll take the Armosaur here. Okay. One thing you got to be really careful for in this format is to make sure you get your 2s and your 3s. It's just so easy to get just really beat up pretty bad if you don't do that. Okay, so here we've got, we're not seeing black, we're not seeing blue. There is a seer, and we're seeing some pretty decent white cards. We're also seeing some medium red cards as well. We're seeing a bunch of the Horncrest, but I don't think that's any type of signal. So I think I'm going to take the seer. I mean, it's a fine 3-drop. It also is ramp. And we're seeing a lot of green and white cards. So let's grab the seer. Also, this is probably, I mean, if we didn't have a bunch of green cards, the Raptor might be the best card. Maybe Divine Verdict, but now we'll take the seer. I think this is going to be pretty good. Okay. Interesting pick. I mean, we can take Colossal Dreadmaw just for a big dino, but it's in every pack. And I kind of like just shoring up, you know, Hunt the Weak, especially since we already have one dino here, and it's looking like we're going to be green. There's a Rig Hauler. I think it's just a clear Hunt the Weak here. Okay. So this is a late Spirewinder, but I haven't seen a ton other. I mean, well, we did see a Deadeye Rig Hauler, and we saw Spirewinder earlier in the pack. And we're still seeing a lot of these Stampeding Horncrest. But again, I'm not 100% sold that that's where we're going to be. So I think we'll grab the Frillback. We definitely want to start picking up some 2s, though. Okay. Okay, so there's Knight of the Stampede here, which is an excellent ramp card if you're in dinos. Of course, we only have one dino, you know. So I think I'm going to grab the Cherished Hatchling. Well, excuse me, we have 2 dinos. But the Frillback, there's really not. I mean, I suppose if you had Frillback and Armasaur in your hand on turn 5, you could play both if you played Knight on turn 4. But still, I like taking the Cherished Hatchling. There are games where you're able to, you know, get a fight trigger off your Armasaur, and it has Enraged, so you kind of get a 1/1, you get to kill something. Plus, this is a 2-drop that we definitely need. Pioneer came back, and just a lot of these medium white cards. Although I do like Sun Sentinel as a 2-drop, but I'm not going to pass up a Jungleborn Pioneer. If we get a Strength of the Pack and the next pack, just think about that card with all these Jungleborn Pioneers and then like Armasaur tokens. Okay, and here we can take the Guildgrove Stalker, and we do have a decent amount of Merfolk. I mean, this will be our 4th one, and we're not married to white or black. I mean, we don't have to play this Seer, we don't have to play this Mausoleum Harpy. I mean, there's also the Snubhorn Sentry, which is interesting, but I think we're going to take the Stalker just until it's clear what our other color is. And see, here's a bunch more green cards. Probably just take the Artisan. This is another Merfolk. I mean, we still could be blue. Maybe these packs are just really, really weak on the blue. I find that hard to believe, but I like the Artisan here. We don't have any 4-drops, and we'll take an Urge. Let's just kind of separate these out here. Oh, my cat has stopped by to say hi. Hey, buddy. And we can take another Armasaur, or we can take a Horncrest. Probably just take an Armasaur. And a Jade Bearer. Hope to not play that. Yes, I know. I know. It's very difficult to be a cat. You got a tough life, buddy. Let's see here. So I don't think we're going to be playing this Harpy. Unless we, you know, something crazy like Tetsamok or Chupacabra. Silvergale Adept. So if we had a bunch of good blue cards, I'd take the Silvergale, just because this is going to let us draw a card pretty consistently. We don't have any blue cards. Chupacabra is a fantastic creature. This is going to allow us to, you know, destroy, you know, any creature that our opponent puts in the way, and it also lets us play the Mausoleum Harpy. I mean, for green, all we have is a Stalker. Not interested in that at all. The Summoner's decent too. We did see a lot of red, but there's no way we can pass a Chupacabra here. So we're going to throw Harpy back in for now. Wow, that's a lot of red cards. Buccaneer's okay in the right deck. Reckless Rage is very, very good. Especially if you have a lot of Enraged triggers. I mean, we're not going to take an Armasaur here. Now, there's a Fathom Fleet Border. Or Luminous Bonds. The only problem is Luminous Bonds would be on the splash, and I really would like to play the Chupacabra. And we could take the Dutch Legion Zealot. I mean, that is a 2-drop. We've already got 4 3-drops. We really are kind of okay there. I don't know. Red was really open. So it's Chupacabra and Harpy, or Seer and Luminous Bonds. Interesting. You know, I'm not going to miss the Zealot, even if we don't play the Bonds. I'm going to take it here just to... Wow. Look at that. Well, that's not what we're picking. Let's see here. So we have Knight of the Stampede. Oathsworn Vampire. Not going to be a thing for us. There's Evolving Wilds. We could take that. We already have 2 Armasaurs. You know, and if we pick up a Dreadmaw... I mean, the Evolving Wilds will make it easier for us to splash, especially if we're trying to go and play, you know, the black and the white cards. But I think maybe we just take the safer pick. I mean, I wouldn't mind 1 or 2 more 4-drops, and this does help us. Yeah, we're going to take the Knight here. Okay, so we've got an Altus. Wow, 2nd Legion Lieutenant? What is going on here? Huh. Well, I've got an Altasaur or Strength of the Pack. If we had a lot of dinos... I mean, Altasaur is pretty good, and it does go again with Seer and Luminous Bonds. But I think just because we have all these Pioneers and the Armasaur, I think I'm going to take Strength of the Pack. That may be the wrong pick. I'm not 100% sure here. And again, just because I still would like to play the Chupacabra and maybe to splash the Bonds, but I think Strength of the Pack is going to be pretty good for us. And maybe we can pick up a Recover, which will go good with the Ravenous Chupacabra. There's Golden Demise. Or another Pioneer. I'm just not seeing the 2-drops here. I mean, Golden Demise is pretty decent. We also have so many Pioneers that it's probably going to be pretty easy for us to cast it. These are our instants and sorceries here. So we can take Golden Demise, or we can take another Pioneer. I think we take Golden Demise. That seems pretty good. Well, I mean, this is a big dino. This Enrage Trigger doesn't do too much for us, but it does make it interesting if your opponent is playing blue. You know, if they're playing Waterknot or something of that nature. You know, does it give you the ability to untap your creatures? Probably going to be better than the Grasping Scoundrel. And here, let's see. Well, we can take Moment of Craving. And we're back in the same sort of situation here. Although I still think Moment of Craving is going to be better than Divine Verdict, so that's going to be what we'll take. Okay, seeing a lot of these sprinters, and not too much for us here. We take a Naturalize for the board. Seeing a lot of Mistcloak Herald, Sailor Amines. So I guess we're just going to take a Naturalize. I don't really see us playing any of these other cards. There's the Stalker came back. Or we could take the Charger. Probably going to take the Stalker, even though it is pretty underwhelming. That'll be our 3rd 2-drop. We can take the Border here. Crashing Tide and Divine Verdict came back. We take the Border, just have 1 more 3-drop. That'll give us 6 total if we play the Seer. There's a Vampire. I guess we can take this. We're probably not going to play it, though. Dino Hunter. There we go. Or Recover. I mean, for Recover, if we get back like Jade Light Ranger or the Chupacabra, yeah, maybe Recover's better for us. Yeah, let's take the Recover. And just not going to play 2 of these. Whatever, that's fine. And a lot of late blue flyers here. Where do we go? Okay. So let's kind of break out everything here again. Just kind of see what... Whoa. That's right. Magic Online does not like me when it comes to sorting out card packs. Hey, there's another Chupacabra. Let's see. So we got Hunt the Weak, Strength of the Pack, Recover, Golden Demise. Yeah, I think our black's going to be better for us here. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're looking like. Okay, so let's take a look at our pack. Got distracted there. So this is a pretty good pack, actually. Bloodfast is fine. Especially since we do have some creatures with power and toughness, or with decent toughness. We don't have anything to go with the Lurking Chupacabra. I mean, Snapping Sailback's probably the pick. That or Contract Killing. But I feel like black is... I mean, for black we have Chupacabra, Moment of Craving, Golden Demise. We have Hunt the Weak. Yeah, let's take the Sailback. I mean, we have Night of the Stampede. One more big dino would be nice. Yeah, I think we'll take the dino there. Ooh. So we could take the Bloodletter, but I think the Ranging Raptors is probably going to be better. Just because it'll allow us to, ramp our creatures a little bit faster. Haven't seen any of the big dinos, though. I haven't seen the 6/6 Trample. We also could take the Direfleet Hoarder, because it does make treasure tokens and kind of ramps us. But I think the Raptors is probably going to do a better job of that. And what have we got here? Let's see. Well, we're not playing the Knight or the Blightkeeper. I mean, we could take Crash the Ramparts. I mean, it's a combat trick, and all we have is Aggressive Urge, which isn't, isn't crazy. So maybe we take Crash here. Okay. Revel on Riches. That's our Dreadmaw. Okay, yeah, that's definitely what we're going to get. We want one more bit. Whoa, get back here. One more giant. Come on now. One more giant dino for our deck. Boneyard Parlay is interesting, especially since we've got big creatures and we will be trading with our opponent. It's that or the Ruthless Knave. We've got so many 3-drops. And we have cards like... Well, we only have one, really. I mean, I guess Jade Light Ranger, he does explore. It's not ramping you, can get you into some more land. I think we take Parlay here. I think that's going to be pretty good for us. It'll be fun, if anything. Something good to do late game. Probably not going to be Aggressive Urge. Probably not going to play Crash the Ramparts. Ooh, Archer's pretty good. So is Seeker's Squire. Archer can let us... let's see here. Archer will let us fight our own Ranging Raptors. And that's about it. I mean, it's a 1/4 flyer, picks off small creatures. Seeker Squire, it's a very, very good 2-drop. We got a ton of 3s right now. So if we take the Archer, we're going to be cutting a 3. So it kind of feels bad, but we are looking to be a little more aggressive here, and this is kind of a defensive card. This again may be the wrong pick, but I feel like the Seeker Squire is probably going to be better just because it is a 2-drop, and I don't want to fall short on those. Pounce or Vanquish the Weak. Let's see here. And for Vanquish the Weak, we do have Frillback, and we've got Armasaur, Sailback, Dreadmaw, or Vanquish. I mean, Vanquish is the sure thing. It's just straight removal. But Pounce might be a little bit better. Well, let's take the Vanquish. Yeah, I think Vanquish will be fine for us here. And that's a 2-drop. We're going to have to make some serious cuts. Wow, this came back? Okay. And there's another 2-drop, so maybe we can clean up some of our 2s here. Could be a game where we want to play a bat. Okay. Not going to play a Brontodon. Oh, Heartstopper. Okay. We got some black cards here at the end. Definitely got to kind of... Here we go. Got to clean this up a bit. We may not be playing Parlay. Maybe we just cut an Armasaur. I like the Harvey just because we have all these little creatures. I mean, we could also just cut these Stalkers. I think I like Direfleet Hoarder better than a Stalker. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-drops. We have 4 4-drops. We probably need to cut a 5-drop here. Maybe 1 Armasaur. Hey, can you mean with the dinosaurs? Wow. Probably not going to play Commune. I mean, Mausoleum Harpies are our only flyer, right? Yeah. I feel like we need to keep the 5 2-drops. Maybe we cut a 3. We still need to make a few more cuts. I mean, the 2-5 we probably can take out. The Cake of Photon, however you say that. Probably can take that out. I mean, maybe we take out Knight of the Stampede. We only have 2 creatures we're ramping to. And we don't have a ton of dinos, so maybe the Knight's going to come out here. And maybe this creature's just going to be better because it's just a bigger blocker. Let's see here. What else are we going to cut? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we could cut the Phantom Fleet border. So I like the Pioneer, Frillback, Raptors, Jade-like Ranger. So maybe the border. We do have a lot of creatures. So now I guess the question is the Artisan going to be better than the Knight of the Stampede? The Knight of the Stampede blocks better, and it does ramp us, or at least allow us to play, you know, multiple spells later in the game. You know, maybe an Armasaur and a Pioneer on turn 6. I mean, we don't have. I mean, all we really have is the Dreadmaw here for trample, and we only have 1 flyer. So maybe we cut the Artisan and put in the Knight. We still need to make 1 more cut. Is it Vanquish? Excuse me, not Vanquish Week. Golden Demise. Golden Demise does kind of kill every single creature except for Ranging Raptors. And we are a little more aggressive, so maybe this could be something we board in. And we keep Recover. I like Recover just because we do have the Chupacabra. If the Chupacabra or the Jade-like Ranger, either one of those will be fine to recover. Or do we want the Golden Demise? For removal, we have Moment of Craving. We have Vanquish the Weak. Hunt the Weak. Chupacabra. And then the Cherished Hatchling's kind of, sort of removal, not really. Every now and then it is. We do want a decent amount of removal just because of the parlay. If you're gonna bother running this, you want your opponent to have you want there to be creatures in the graveyard. So maybe we just go ahead and cut the Recover and throw the Golden Demise back in. Seems interesting. I mean, just the fact that we have multiple Jungleborn Pioneers and we have a lot of 2 and 3s, we may be able to hit a Send more consistently. And this does clean up a lot of those pesky unblockable creatures, the 2/2s and like the Merfolk, the 1/1. Indecisiveness. Okay, we're going to run it like this. You know, if Golden Demise is terrible, we'll take it out, and you don't have to play it when you have a bunch of good creatures on the board. You don't have to. So let's go ahead and add some land here. So again, I'm not sure if it should be Golden Demise or Recovery. Just because Recovery, I would like, if we had 1 more creature like Chupacabra, just something else that drew a card or had a good enter the battlefield effect. But we don't, so let's see. I think we're going to have to go 9/8, just because we have a lot more of the early black cards. Although all of our 2-drops are black. Although we do have double green for the Ranger, but I think this is still going to be fine. Okay, I know, a lot of indecisiveness there, a lot of waffle, a lot of back and forth, so sorry about that. But I think this is what we're going to run. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and save our deck, and we will see everyone in round number 1. Get out, and we will see everyone in round number 1. Alright everyone, welcome to round number 1. And we are going to be on the play, please. And what have we got here? We've got a 2-drop, we've got a 3-drop, we've got removal, plenty of land. I think we'll keep this. So on turn 3, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 permanents. So by turn 5, we'll probably be able to use Golden Demise. See what our opponent's playing before we get our game plan together here. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and play the Darkfleet Hoarder. Send this back. So the opponent playing vampires, they're playing Boros. Vampires, maybe they were in our pod and they got all those fantastic vampire cards. All the Legion. Going to get in for 2 here. If our opponent kills it, we might just play Knight of the Stampede. I assume not. Jungle Porn Pioneer is going to be good for us. More presence to the board. It's also good with Mausoleum Harpy. We want to get to Ascend. If our opponent doesn't play anything, I'm going to assume they have Vanquish the Weak. Yeah, that looks to be the case. So let's attack with everything here. No, maybe not Vanquish the Weak. Well, we're not going to not attack, so we will see. Maybe a Moment of Craving, which kind of resets everything we've been doing here. Or they're just ramping into something. Yeah, they wouldn't necessarily use Vanquish the Weak there. I think we're still going to play Knight of the Stampede. That way, if we don't hit a land but we draw a Dino, we're able to still play some cards next turn. Plus, if we draw a land, we will have Ascend, and we can actually Golden Demise our opponent next turn. Call to the Feast. Okay, so that's going to be the plan. Call to the Feast is going to be pretty good, but if we hit a land, we'll actually be looking pretty sweet here. There's the land. Okay, so if we do... Alright, let's see here. So if we go Stalker, Golden Demise, we can swing for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, put our opponent to 6. And they don't get to get any life off the vampire tokens. And then we have Mausoleum Harpy the following turn, so we can just kind of suicide all of our little guys in. Alright. Let's see if... we may get punished for doing this, but I think it's going to be the play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll go ahead and Golden Demise. Our City's Blessing is looking a little silly there. And we're sort of all in at this point, so... But with Mausoleum Harpy and then all these little creatures, I think we're going to be okay. Unless our opponent has, you know, Settle the Wreckage or something crazy like that. Hopefully they'll just tap out to play something big here. That doesn't have lifelink. Okay, it's got lifelink. I think that's still okay, because we're going to play the Harpy. Our opponent's going to have to block something. The Harpy's going to get a little bit bigger. And we just won't swing with the Merfolk token. Actually, let's see here. If we swing with everything, our opponent could have Moment of Craving. Okay, no, they don't have anything. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of a beating. So they probably kept a little bit of a slower hand, and they were going to be able to, you know, play these lifelink creatures and kind of get us later on. So they are playing vampires, playing lifelink. Is there anything we want to put in here? You know, we didn't draft any flyer hate, unfortunately, so that kind of stinks a little bit. Let's see. I don't think we want to change anything. I mean, we didn't really see a ton of our opponent's deck either, so let's just go ahead and send this back, and we'll just see how we do here. Well, I feel like our opponent probably has advantage. You know, if they have, you know, some of the more aggressive cards, and they just kept a slower hand that game. Excuse me. Okay, so this is kind of the same thing. We have a 2-drop into a 3-drop. We have Hunt the Weak, but nothing really to do with Hunt the Weak right now. But I think this is still a keep. Well, maybe they're a 3-color here. Or maybe they're just thinning their deck out. Could be a couple of different reasons to play Evolving Wilds. Oh, another 2-drop. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to lead with Queenspace Soldier just because it gets through 1/1 lifelink tokens. Nothing from our opponent. I'm not exactly sure what they're playing at this point. I mean, they may be playing 3-color. They just we haven't seen that 3rd color yet, or not. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get in our 2 here. Okay. And whoop. Need a land for that. We can get our Pioneer out and just send it back. Don't fix it if it isn't broke, I guess. A Dino would be a good draw since we have Chair's Hatchling. Alright, here we go. Well, we're just not getting any new information from our opponent here. And they're not getting any from us either. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will make 8. I mean, we're a turn behind at this point. And we can't play Golden Demise now. And we could Hunt the Weak. Seems just absolutely terrible. We also could just send in the Merfolk token and the Queen Space Soldier, but since we have Strength of the Pack, I kind of want to sit back for a turn, just play the Hatchling here. If our opponent wants to start attacking, maybe we'll take some damage. I don't think they are. I think they're gonna sit on that until they can play whatever they're trying to get to. So at this point, we're not racing. We don't have such an aggressive start like we had last game, where our opponent didn't do anything for a long time. And also they're on the play, so technically they're a turn ahead in that sense. Gonna send everything in. Okay. I have no idea what our opponent's playing. But we are 1 turn away from, just go ahead and using Golden Demise and just getting in there. So we're gonna sit back 1 more turn here. Who knows? Maybe they have Golden Demise. Zealot. 1 more creature to clear out, I guess. Although essentially it does just replace itself. Excellent. That's what we want. Now we can get maximum value for Golden Demise. 1 more. It would be great if they had the Legion Lieutenant. That would be just fantastic. Okay, so now we can go ahead and play our land. We're going to cast Golden Demise. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If they have a removal spell in response, this will feel pretty bad. They did not, so we can go ahead and get him for a bunch of damage here. If they had a removal spell like Moment of Craving, I'm going to assume they would have done that in response, so we wouldn't have the 10 permanents. Got our opponent down to 10. We have Hunt the Weak. Nothing crazy, nothing really big to deal with Hunt the Weak. Hey! It was there. Okay. What have they got now? Squire's Devotion? Yeah, we're definitely going to Hunt the Weak, that creature. Jungle Board Pioneer. I mean, we're going to have to sacrifice one of our creatures to do it, unfortunately. Let's see here. If we Hunt the Weak, the Queen Space Soldier with the Lieutenant, then we can swing in with everything. We still can't do terribly much, and we still can play the. We can play the Jungle War Pioneer and Hunt the Weak. Our opponent's down to 2 cards, and we may draw some consecutive lands here. So maybe we just go ahead and do this. Doesn't feel great. But I feel like we're able to just be very aggressive. I think I'm just going to send the Pioneer and the Merfolk in. If they want to block the Merfolk token, that's fine. Now let's play another Jungle Board here. Okay. So still got a lot of little guys. Again, I'd love to get a Dino. If we get a Dino, Chair's Hatchling is going to be pretty good. Alright, hopefully they'll hit a land here. Hey, alright, we got it. For us. Strength of the Pack would be fantastic for us right now. But we're just going to send both Pioneers. I'm going to hold back the 1/1s. I don't want them to start getting chumped by the Squire. And again, our Pioneer's probably just going to trade here. But that's fine. We get the bigger guy off the board. And our opponent isn't playing too much right now. They're going to get some of the life back that we did to them, but I think that's still fine. Because now we can start sending everything in. Would really love to draw an Armosaur, a Colossal Dreadmaw, something. Ooh. Sky Marcher? Okay. Maybe we'll draw one of our kill spells. Moment of Craving would be really good for us here. Frillback? Okay. That also will do it, so... Let's see, we're going to attack with the Hatchling, the Pioneer. I'm not going to attack with the Merfolk tokens. Our opponent might just take it here. Okay, perfect. That works out for us. I guess the unfortunate thing is that this is just a fight, right? Okay. Yeah, so I think we probably do want to trade the Frill back for the Sky Marcher so they don't start getting their life points back. Okay. Because that's what they're going to do at this point. I'll trade the Frill back for the Sky Marcher. I think that's fine. I'd rather them not start getting the life points. Sentry, okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do they have one more creature or one more card they can play? Oh, well, they have a land. Okay. Well, that makes things tricky. We really need to hit the big dinos. This is painful. Okay, well, now we're going to sit here. Raptors, that's the thing. If anything, it gets land out of the way. We can draw a Moment of Craving, just send everything in. Or again, Strength of the Pack is going to be fantastic for us here. Hey, there you go. So I think the only card that really just absolutely obliterates us here... Okay, I was going to say was Settle the Wreckage. Always worry about Settle the Wreckage when I'm getting ready to swing in for, you know, just a devastating attack. Well, my opponent has white untapped, just because it's happened to me too many times. But anyway, our deck kind of did what I thought it would do. You know, play a lot of little guys, be able to, you know, use some decent removal spells. We have Strength of the Pack, which feels just fantastic when you have Jungleborn Pioneer. You really can't complain about having a... You can't move this box. You can't complain about having a bunch of 3/3 hexproof Merfolk. I mean, just look at this. These simple creatures are just... There's just no way to deal with them at this point. I assume our opponent probably is drawing a lot of land, although they did have, you know, pretty decent cards here for the Vampire deck. But just the fact that we had a Golden Demise, it just, you know, there's just no fighting Golden Demise when you've got all these 2 toughness creatures. Even if they had the Lieutenant out, this would have died, and then everything would have died right afterwards. So, but anyway, that's going to be round number 1. We'll see everyone back in round number 2. Okay, everyone, welcome to round number 2. Looks like we're going to be on the draw here. It's a pretty slow hand. We have Vanquish the Weak. Honestly, we're probably going to go ahead and mulligan this. Our opponent mulligans, and we don't want to get blown out by a bunch of quick creatures because we have no action here right now. So let's go ahead and mulligan this hand. This is terrible. Well, we should have kept the first hand. I don't think there's any way we can keep this one. I mean, if we want to be super greedy, you know, if we knew we're going to be able to draw land, I guess we do get to scry, and then we get to draw. We do get to see 2 cards, and then the Secret Squire is going to let us see a little bit more. Ranging Raptors is probably going to pick us a land. I think it's probably just bad to keep this, though. But, you know what, let's give it a go. And we're going to keep this on top. So we're looking pretty good now, actually. We can go Secret Squire. Hopefully we'll hit a Force in the next 2 or 3 turns. Excuse me, in the next 2 to 3 draws. And then we're going to be able to play Jungleborn. Probably go Raptors first. And we're going to have a lot of little guys hanging out for Golden Demise. And our opponent missed their drop already, so we're going to go ahead and start with the Seeker Squire. Hopefully we hit a land, to be honest. Usually I don't want to hit a land with these, but Terrace Hatchling, that's got to go to the graveyard. I'm not going to be able to keep that there. And we got a 2-3 on the board, so... Okay, our opponent's back in the round here. Excellent. Actually, I'm glad this is 2-3. Gives our opponent zero incentive to block this. And we still have plays. There we go. That's what we want to see. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get in with the Squire. I'm going to play the... I think we're going to go ahead and play the Pioneer, just because they only have a 1 toughness creature on the board. So it's going to be good for us just to get as many creatures out right now, especially if they keep whiffing on lands. Okay, so I guess our greedy keep paid off. They don't want to deal with this nonsense right here, and I don't blame them. It was going to get out of control. You know, we're going to be able to have we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we drew a land, 7, 8 permanents. Within 1 or 2 more turns, we're going to be able to play Golden Demise. So. I mean, they didn't know that, but anyway. So they're playing blue, probably Merfolk. Well, not necessarily. I mean, honestly, the Shaper Apprentice is fine in a blue-white deck, or blue-black deck if you have, you know, a couple other Merfolk. Or sometimes it just fills that need of a 2-drop, even though it can be underwhelming since it's only one toughness. We saw basically nothing of our opponent's deck other than some blue and 1 Merfolk, so we're just going to send this back as is. Okay, and we've got a 2-drop, we got Knight of the Stampede. We don't have any black sources, unfortunately, but I think we'll go ahead and keep this hand. And we're on the draw, so we're gonna get a couple turns to hit a black source, or a 2 or a 3-drop for green. And there we go. The Seeker Squire is going to be fine. It'll either draw us a land, get that out of the way, or it'll be a 2-3, and hopefully let us get something out of the deck that we're not interested in. Golden Demise just loves us, this card, every game. So here's blue, so they probably are Merfolk. Or excuse me, this is these aren't blue. Here's some 4 are Merfolk. Jungleborn Pioneer seems fine to me. We're going to leave that up. It's going to let us put more pressure on the board. And also, we're not giving our opponent any more information than they had game 1. Play their own Pioneer. Makes sense. So here, I'm not going to offer the trade, just because we only have a couple of turns before we get Golden Demise up, and we have Strength of the Pack. So we're just going to sit back for a couple turns here, and just see where we go. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have 7, 8 permanents next turn. So in 2 turns, we're going to be able to Golden Demise and wipe out their creatures. So that's going to be the game plan for now. Maybe they'll play a couple more of these little guys. Oop. Riverwise Augur. Okay. Creature's going to get wiped out by Golden Demise. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 permanents of their own. And I like the Augur. But I like it a lot better when you have something to search, or maybe 1 or 2 Evolving Wilds in the deck. Because sometimes you just see 3 cards that don't do anything at all. And so the Augur really didn't provide any advantage. And sometimes it digs you to, 2 turns deeper into the deck to get that 1 card you absolutely needed. Okay. Queenspace Soldier. So we're going to play Knight of the Stampede. Gives us a great blocker here. And then next turn, if we draw a swamp, we can go Queensbay. Oh no, actually we can't go Queensbay and Golden Demise, unfortunately. So to send this back. But we can play the Forest and the Queensbay Soldier, and we will have Ascend. Yeah, we're not going to send anything in here. We got Strength of the Pack coming online pretty soon. Alright, what's our opponent got? Another Shaper Apprentice? Okay. And that is going to fly. Yeah, our Golden Demise is just getting ridiculous at this point. We're going to take a few points of damage here, probably. Well, not on this turn, but the following turn we are. Raptors, that's what we want to see. Okay, so we can go Queensbay. And then the Ranging Raptors. And now we could attack with Knight of the Stampede. Is probably kill a Riverwise Augur or the Jungleborn Pioneer. Oh, actually, now the Stampede makes this one cheaper. But next turn, hopefully we draw the land. Or if our opponent wants to go crazy here and attack, we're definitely going to block with the ranging raptors. We want to get one more swamp. Or even a forest is fine. Yeah, now that they're tapping out. If we draw a forest here, this is probably going to be too much for our opponent to handle. Honestly, if we draw a swamp or a forest, any land draw at this point, it's going to make it real hard for our opponent. Hopefully they put that on one of the flyers. Perfect. Well, actually, they can only put it on the apprentice here. Come on, swamp. Yep, we're going to have to take 4. And this game can get away from us if we don't hit a land or something here pretty soon. Because we really don't have great attacks until we fire off one of these. Come on, land. Give us a land. Yes! Haha. Okay, so this turn we're just going to play Golden Demise and just send in 1,000,000 points of damage. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, plenty. This is probably just going to be a scoop from our opponent. No? Okay, we're going to hang it out. See what they can do here. And they may have outs. I always think about River's Rebuke at this point in games because you think you're getting ready to win and then your opponent just resets everything you've done for the last 4 or 5 turns. What do they got? Armosaur? So they're not dead. Well, they're dead. They just don't know they're dead yet. Do I have a 1-drop? Probably not. And we're just going to play Strength of the Pack and just go ahead and finish this now. And there we go. All right, so our our black-green deck is really kind of kicking some butt. Mostly just because we've really consistently been able to go 2-drop, Pioneer, and then fire off Golden Demise and Strength of the Pack in multiple games. I mean, if you have both of these in your hand, it's going to be really difficult for your opponent to win. And quite honestly, all these 2/2s with Strength of the Pack, I mean, how do you come back from this? It's just really, really difficult. So we're getting pretty lucky here with our draws, especially since we're playing against Merfolk and Vampires and drawing Golden Demise because that just completely wipes the board. But anyway, that's going to be it for round number 2. We will see everyone back in round number 3. All right, everyone, welcome to round number 3. Looks like we are going to be on the draw. Wow, what a hand. If we had a forest and not the Armosaur, I probably would keep this. Just because all our best cards are here. But with that said, we cannot keep this. Even if we go land, we're not doing anything. So we got to mulligan this. Better, but not fantastic. We definitely want a black source because the Seeker Squire is going to make this hand a lot better. And we can't play either of our 2-drops. So we have the Pioneer, so we have time. So I think we'll go ahead and keep this card here. Or keep these cards here. And Forest can go to the bottom. We do not need that. Plenty of those. Okay. Opponent's playing white. Swamp. There we go. Now we're talking. So we can go Seeker Squire to Jungleborn Pioneer, into Golden Demise, into Knight of the Stampede, into something else, and then Strength of the Pack. Probably not. I think we've had all those good games. All right, let's go and play the Seeker Squire. Hopefully we don't hit a land here. Ooh. I mean, it's one of our top end cards. I don't want to get rid of it. We have a bunch of land here, so I'm going to leave it on top for now. Not fantastic, but we've got lands for the next 2 turns, so that gives us 3 turns, counting that draw to get another land card. I think we're going to be fine. Okay, how many Conquistadors do they have? They could have 3. Back up. I think having 3 total makes this card fine. Okay, and that's what they have. Having 3 makes this fine. You thin your deck out, you fill your hand back up. It is an expensive 2-drop, but it's still, still card advantage. Especially if you have any of the payoff cards for this. We're not going to swing. We're just going to play the Pioneer and pass. I could play the Frillback, but they have these 2 power creatures, so that really doesn't do anything. So we're just going to have to sit back for a minute, let our opponent do what they're going to do there, and just relax here till we draw some kind of interactive spell. Play another Conquistador. Alright, so we're not going to get any information from our opponent here. Actually, they may have more Conquistadors, they just didn't want to overfill their hand, so let's see. No. Okay. No attacks, I assume. Alright, there's our other swamp, so that's pretty decent. Playing the Frillback isn't fantastic, just because what this does is ensure our opponent will always hold a 2-2 back, but with that said, they have a Conquistador in their hand, they're always going to have a 2-2, so we might as well maximize our mana here and just go ahead and play the Frillback. Plus, if we draw Hunt the Weak, got something a little bit bigger. Yeah. We still don't have, I mean, I guess we got attack with the Jungle-Born Pioneer and the Squire, and we're just going to take out, we're probably just going to take out the Oathsworn Vampire. I don't want to attack with anything just yet, because our opponent has some life gain. It's going to feel pretty bad trading away one of our creatures for nothing. Okay. And there's their last Conquistador that we know about, unless they have more in their opening hand, which is possible. I'm assuming still no attacks. The Secret Squire is doing its job. Moment of Craving. Now that gives us some options here, because we're still going to play the Queensbay Soldier. I suppose we could attack with the Squire, Jungle-Born, Frillback. We probably don't have a problem trading. We can trade Pioneer. That's not a problem. And we can maybe save Frillback unless they double block, which I really doubt they will do. Let's just hold off a turn here. We haven't seen enough of our opponent's deck. We've essentially seen two cards, the Vampire and the Conquistador, because this fetched the other card. So I'm going to sit back for a minute, because I would hate to waste Moment of Craving at this point. Okay. So they are just all vampires here, all the little guys. What would be a good draw for us? It sounds like Golden Demise. Vanquish the Weak. It's not terrible. I think we're going to wait till we get a land, because I would like to attack with the Dreadmaw, have our opponent block with a whole bunch, and then blow out their blocks with Moment of Craving to Vanquish the Weak. Plus, any attacks right now, we're just going to be trading. We're not going to be doing any favors for ourselves, and that just worsens our card like Strength of the Pack or Golden Demise if we draw them, the following turn. That was our opponent got here. Revenant, yeah, so that's going to get blown up by Moment of Craving or Vanquish the Weak if we need it to. So our opponent's got just lots of vampires, nothing crazy yet. Still no land. I guess we're just going to play the Pioneer and pass here. We still have Moment of Craving for the Revenant. But again, I want to hold up our 2 removal spells for the turn where we attack with Dreadmaw. Or for when they actually play something really threatening. I mean, the Revenant is threatening. 3 damage in the air is definitely a clock. But it's not the end of the world. Harpy, there you go. Now that's something that we're going to Vanquish the Weak. Which means we can't trade with anything this turn. So if they send with everything, we're going to get punished here. Okay. Because we'd have to, well, I mean, yeah, we'd have to block some of this stuff. So we're going to take our 3. We're going to have to Vanquish the Weak, the Harpy. Excuse me. Draw our own Harpy. That's the thing. But I think we're going to want to get rid of this before it gets out of control. That has to be the play there. We can play our own Harpy next turn. And then Moment of Craving the Revenant. We go to 14. If we don't draw a land, we'll play Harpy. We're going to go to 11. Core Fire? Ooh. Okay. So, we're going to go to 13 now. We may have to Moment of Craving this right away. Yeah, I think we're going to have to Moment of Craving this guy. We're not going to be able to take 4 from this for 2 turns. We're not going to be able to go to 9. Plus this puts us back up. I mean, sometimes you just got to do it. And of course, then we draw the forest, but you know, we're not going to be able to take that much damage. So here, I like just playing the Harpy. And we can start getting some flyers in now. And now I'm more incentivized to possibly start attacking. We can send the Frill back in. And they're just going to block it with the Oathsworn Vampire. That will pump our Harpy. And we'll hold back attacks for one more turn. I don't think that does a ton. Of course, if they draw Vanquish the Weak off the top of their deck, I'm going to feel pretty silly here. But they haven't played any removal yet, so you have to assume they have something in their hand. So the likelihood of the Harpy surviving too long is... Ooh, Legion Lieutenant, that's going to be a problem. Alright, they may start getting some attacks here now. And a Glorifier on the Lieutenant. Yeah, that makes sense. So now we kind of need Strength of the Pack. Golden Demise doesn't do anything now for us, unfortunately. No attacks from our opponent? Okay, it's interesting. If that's the case, we're probably just going to play Dreadmaw. And we're going to go ahead and get the Harpy in. We can get our few points of damage. And then play Dreadmaw. And let's see if they're just holding a whole bunch of removal. If they are, Dreadmaw's probably going to go away. And we're going to have to double block creatures to get them off the board, which I guess makes the Merfolk tokens better. I always forget the name of the card, though, that gives all the creatures +2/+2. That's instant speed. That would be probably just game over here. Oh, okay, so what's this do again here? So this lets you basically scry. Well, not scry, lets you draw. So you can cycle your hand. And if you flip it, you gain 5 life. So this is just a great cycle card. And then sometimes it gains you 5 life if you need it. But this good. It's going to let them craft their hand, which is never a bad thing. So now they can start digging for that removal spell. Okay. And they exile a plane. So they're not looking to flip it. They're just going to use it to, you know, just dig through their deck and get to whatever card they're looking for now. We'll still feel pretty good about a Strength of the Pack here. Or even Golden Demise. If we drew Golden Demise, we could just cast it and just send everything in. Alright, what's our opponent got here? Any attacks? I would imagine they're going to send something. No? Yeah, they're definitely looking for something to just be a blowout. Recover, going to get back the Revenant. Makes sense. Hatchling, not a bad card to draw. So we're just going to get in our 3 again. Not going to be attacking because we don't know what they're looking for. We'll play the Hatchling, keep them guessing whether or not we have a Dino in hand. And the Hatchling is going to be good because if we do draw any dinosaur, we will use it to fight the Lieutenant. We don't have a ton of dinos left in the deck right now, so... Alright, crafting their hand a little bit more. What are they pitching? Probably another land, I would assume. Thinking about it. Our opponent has a lot of mana at their disposal. And they're going to have, you know, a few options, another planes. So this, I mean, the gateway is fantastic. I mean, they're getting to pitch all these dead draws. Ooh, something big? No, just playing the Harpy. Okay. And that's fine. You know, that's going to shut ours down, but, you know, if they want to start attacking, we're just, well, actually now it really doesn't matter too much because the Harpy is just going to go for the Harpy here. They're both going to increase in size at the same rate. Force is not going to do it. Okay, well we have no attack, so we're going to have to send it back here. This has just become kind of a painful stalemate. We need to draw one of our big cards. We need to draw Blessing. I mean, Strength is what we really want. Okay, what do they pitch in here? Probably another land, probably Swamp, I would imagine. Just getting all their planes, okay. So they've drawn 10 of their lands, so about 50% of their deck is still lands. Ooh, okay. And what's this guy do? You get to put another target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and then they get to search for their best vampire, see if they have another Legion. Or they might have Knight of the Bloodstain? Not Knight of the Bloodstain. What is the name of the I forget the name of the knight that all the attacking vampires do the 1 damage. Hopefully it's not that one. This might be over right now. Sky Marcher. Okay, so just going to get advantage in the air. This is going to make it to where we can't even block their Harpy next turn. Oh no, actually this isn't a vampire. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter too much. And there's their lifelinker for the Oathsworn Vampire. So now that we've seen most of their deck, we can just trade with the Oathsworn Vampire next game if we need to. We've only seen 1 life-gaining card, and you know there are 15 cards left in their deck. We know 7 of them are land, probably. This guy's gonna be +1/+1 until end of turn, so they're gonna be able to do some damage. It's nice that this is just target creature. That's pretty strong, actually. Because it's going to do exactly what they're doing right here. But we can swing back now. These lands are killing us. Okay, well, I mean, we're not going to block their guy, so we're just going to swing in for 3. That's what we've got for this turn. Might as well, while we have the opportunity, put our opponent to 11. They're going to put us to 11 as well, because they're going to be able to play a creature and pump this +1/+1. And that's going to be it. So they have Sky Marcher and 1 other card. They have 1 other card. They have more creatures now, so they're going to pump the Harpy, I assume. So we've got a few turns to sort this out. A removal spell for the Legion Lieutenant would be really good for us. Come on. Okay. Maybe our opponent's lagging a little bit. Okay, yep. We are going to be taking some damage. Everyone's at 11. And more land. It's not how you win a game. So we can attack. Oh, no, actually this is a 2/2. So if we attack, our opponent swings back for 5, we go to 6. If they play a creature, they'll swing for, they'll send both in as a 3/3. So we're probably not going to be able to block either way. We're going to have to assume they have a creature. So we might as well just send in the Mausoleum. My friend. Okay. I've done it again. Cannot keep my finger off the hotkeys. Okay, so our opponent should be at 8 right now, and we should not have a flyer blocker. If we don't play a creature, fantastic. This was the right play, even though it was not the one I was trying to make, just because we'll have something to block the Sky Marcher. I'm pretty sure they have a creature. Oh, okay, so this is going to exile the Harpy. Yeah. Okay, so our opponent should be down. So if we lose and our opponent is at 3 life, then shame on us. Now we're going to go ahead and take 6. Oh, my cat's back to say hello again. Can't do anything about it. We're taking 6 here. Yes, I know. I know, buddy. Boneyard Parlay. Doesn't really do anything. I suppose we're just going to attack with everything here because we... I mean, our opponent's going to... All they need to do is play a creature and they've got lethal. Let's attack with everything, see what they do. I suppose it really doesn't matter because whatever trades we make, they're just going to pump the Harpy here. But with that said, we also can Boneyard Parlay back the Revenant. And if they take a bunch of damage here... Okay, so we're going to kill the Dreadmaw. We're going to kill these two guys. We're going to kill the Soldier, Jungleborn Pioneer. We're going to kill the Squire. We're going to trade. We're going to take... We're going to kill here. We'll kill here. Yeah. Okay. We're going to concede. Just interested. I always like to attack because sometimes people just make poor decisions, or they're playing the wrong cards, and you're able to make it your advantage. If they had blocked, you know, in a different way, maybe we could do something that we can play Boneyard Parlay and get enough creatures back to block. But there's really no sense in even trying here because they're going to get us with the flyer. So let's see. What do we want against this opponent? Let's see here. So the problem is the flyer. I could put in Blight Keeper. I mean, well, that doesn't really do too much. They have 1/3/1 flyer. I'm not terribly worried about that. Stalker is actually probably going to be better for us than Queensbay Soldier. Just because it's going to be harder for them to block. So we'll put in the Stalker. And we want something like the Artisan. Maybe Crash the Ramparts. Anything that's just terrible against this opponent? I don't think so. We could take out, actually we could take out Parlay. That's a little slow. And they have such small creatures, I don't think it's going to matter if you get 2 or 3 little tiny creatures. Best case scenario, we get back Dreadmaw and like sail back, and if we're that far behind in the game, we're probably not favored to win anyway. We could just put in the Heartstopper just to lower our curve, or we could put in the Blight Keeper, because it does block one of the 2 flyers we saw they had, and also it is a life drain late game, and it's one more creature we can get through for damage, so it's that or... let's see here. Probably not Heartstopper. That or maybe Crash the Ramparts. And Crash the Ramparts will let us push through some of our smaller creatures and keep from trading. But just because we do have some cards that like us in, let's just put the Blight Keeper in. Okay. Alright, that's going to be our deck. Let's send it back. Okay, yes, we would love to be on the play. Thank you very much. And this is a pretty decent hand. We can go Swamp, Blight Keeper into Stalker, have 2 creatures that are hard to block, and then go Seeker Squire the turn after that. So this is a fine keep. Probably the best aggressive keep we could keep against this opponent. Even though, to be quite honest, the Blight Keeper is not the best card in the world. But as it stands, they're going to have to use a removal spell to get rid of it. Oh, of course. Alright, well that's fine. And, you know, honestly, if they want to block and kill our Blight Keeper, this Sky Marcher is a pain in the rear, so I'm happy to go ahead and trade there. Okay. Go ahead and get in our 1 here. I assume we're getting in 1. Seriously doubt our opponent's going to block. Yeah. Now we can play the Stalker. Another hard to block creature for our opponent. And then we play the Squire. Or if we hit a land, maybe we'll play the Frill back, depending on what they play here. Yep, so they're not able to block any of our creatures right now. Well, they can block our flyer, but I don't think they'll be doing that. Yeah, they're not going to be blocking. Okay, take our 1, thank you. Land would be fantastic. There we go. Now we can sit in for 3. And we could play the Frill back again, but it's just going to trade with the Soldier. So I'm going to play the Seeker. It'll dig us through our deck a little bit deeper. And if it's a 2/3, that's even better. Because it's another attacker we're going to have. Alright. I do like the Blight Keeper just because if it does stick around throughout the game, it does represent, you know, a few extra points of damage late game. This doesn't maximize our mana playing the Squire, but I think that's fine. Do we have anything that costs 1 other than the Blight Keeper? No. Alright. Golden Demise. we are going to leave that on top. I mean, it stinks that our opponent sees it, so they can play around it now, but I don't think that's going to matter so much, because it kills most of their entire deck. Plus the Seeker Squire is a 2/3 now, so we're not going to hit a land, but we still have 2 cards we can play in our hand for the next couple turns. So even if we don't hit a land the turn after that, we still have a play. And then we have a huge blocker after that, which could allow us to possibly play multiple spells in a turn. This one's going to attack. We are definitely not going to block. They're just going to pump it with the Sky Marcher. Do they have a Conquistador? They do not. Okay. So now we're just going to swing with everything. And there's one they can't block. They probably don't have anything for the Seeker Squire. They may have the Exile card. If they do, it's probably going to be used on the Stalker, just so they don't have to deal with it anymore. Because I didn't see Skullduggery or anything first game. Again, they still had 7, 8 cards we didn't see. And what do they got here? Rallying Roar? Oh, so they're going to block our Blightkeeper. Well, that's a shame. Actually, that untaps their creatures. Oh. So, I assume they kill the Squire and the Blightkeeper here. That's really good for our opponent. Yeah, that's really good for them. Okay. Hey, good for you. You got it. Oh, somebody's at the door. We will get that later. Let's see here. So now we can play... Probably just going to play the Frill back to de-incentivize them from attacking with the Queenspace Soldier. Or... No, actually we're going to play the Hatchling. This will allow us to attack, and if they trade, we can play the Frill back and kill the Sky Marcher. Or another bigger threat if we need to. So now I think our opponent was probably waiting for Rallying Roar that first game. Okay, we're going to take that. No problem. No, do they have their 4-drop? No, they don't have their 4-drop. They probably would have played that and pumped the Sky Marcher. Nothing else? There's our land. If they have another Rallying Roar, so be it. Still just going to go ahead and attack with both creatures. Do they have another Rallying Roar? Or they have the Reaver? Reaver Ambush? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, they're going to take their 2. And the Guildgrove Stalker is doing exactly what I thought it would. It's just going to be really difficult for them to block. And now we can just play our big blocker here. There we go. This shuts down the Soldier. And it would have been a better target for the Reaver Ambush, but they didn't know we were going to play this big guy. They didn't see it the first game. Now they're going to send in with their Flyer. Yeah, okay, so they don't have Moment of Craving. If they did, they would just send in with the Queenspace Soldier, pump it with the Sky Marcher, and then Moment of Craving. Do they have something big? Okay, so that's going to be able to block our Guildgrove Stalker. We may just sit back here with 5, 6, 7. This will be 8. This will be 8 creatures we have. I think we're just going to sit back. If we can get 2 more permanents, we can Golden Demise, wipe their board. We've got a good blocker on the board. We're going to take some flying damage here. But I think that's probably the plan for us right now. I mean, our opponent knows we have Golden Demise, so they're probably not going to overinvest, especially once we get to 9 permanents. What do they send it with here? Queenspace Soldier? Send it with everything? That's interesting. So, do they have Divine Verdict? I mean, they probably assume we're going to block Paladin of the Bloodstain. Let us pump it with the Sky Marcher. It doesn't trade. And they get 2 damage through. We could block the Vampire token just to get that off the board. That way it does still kill it and prevent some damage. Hopefully they don't... we didn't see Divine Verdict first game, I don't believe, so we'll go ahead and block there. If they want to pump, they'll get an extra point of life. Yeah, Okay, so that's what they were doing. That's fine. Just feel out the water a little bit. I mean, we're going to take some damage, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, okay, well, we'll go to Swamp back. Thank you very much. Alright, we're going to go to 8. So next turn we're going to have to block something else. We didn't lose a creature though. We really want to keep our permanent around so we can play Golden Demise. That's 2 turns away at the best case scenario. Dang. Let's see. If we swing with everything, hold back the Photon. We swing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Most of our opponent can attack for 6 here. So we'll send the Frill back on the Stalker. We're going to hold back the big 2/5 as a blocker. Give our opponent something to think about. You know, keep the life totals even. I mean, I could Golden Demise, but I feel like that's just as good for our opponent as it would be for us. So it doesn't really give us any advantage. We're going to end up with just a 2/5 on the board. Of course, if we draw a land, then we have our 2/5 and the Dread Maul, but let's see what our opponent does here. Just swing with the flyer. Okay, so they don't have any combat tricks, which is good. So we need to hit some land here. A land, Dread Maul, and to Golden Demise swing with everything is going to wrap this game up. Well, Moment of Craving's not a bad draw either. So we could Moment of Craving the Bloodstained Paladin. That actually seems very good. Then our opponent can... Then we can hold back the Frill back. Gives us some more life. I don't think we need to worry about the Sky Marcher right now, because that's only attacking creatures. So let's see. Do we send with the Frill back? I suppose we do. That way our opponent's going to take 4. They're going to trade. And then they just have the 1/1 in play. I don't think it gets any better than that right now. Or maybe we just hold it back. Yeah, we'll just hold that back for now. That's fine. Because next turn if we do draw a land, we have 3, 7, 8. Well, even if we draw a land, we're not going to be able to Golden Demise, but it still is an option. We're definitely just going to slam Dread Maul. We have 2 unblockable damage right now, so we're 2 turns out from getting our opponent unless they interact with the Stalker. And then they still have the Frill back and our 2/5 to deal with. Okay, back to sideboarding here. So our opponent really is just all these small creatures. It's really important to note the Rallying Roar, though. That's going to be the card that makes things a little tricky. I like the Blightkeeper. That did exactly what I wanted to do. I wish we had more Stalkers. I would definitely play those. Maybe Aggressive Urge is going to be decent here. Actually, we should have taken the Frill back out of the deck. I know we have Cherished Hatchling, but I think the Fathom Fleet Border is going to be better for us. And this is just a straight 3/3. I mean, this can block for us. We're probably going to take the 2 damage, because all we have for Pirates is just the Hoarder, right? Or is this a Pirate too? No, this is a Scout. These are Merfolk. Yeah, I don't think we have any other... Yeah, we haven't drawn this Jadelight Ranger at all. Yeah, we just have the 1 Pirate. So it's probably going to do 2 damage, but I feel like it's... At least it has the sticking power so it can block the 2 drops. So, you know, we probably should have taken that out right away. What else did we want to put in here? You know, the Jade Bearer isn't terrible. Because this only puts the counter on Merfolk. But then again, it is just a 1/1. And the Jungleborn Pioneer is going to be able to block 2 2s or 3 3s anyway. So do we want one more big dino? Do we want another Overgrown Armosaur? Or do we want another 4-drop? No, I think that's the change we're going to make. Okay, let's send this back. Well, we could put in one more 2-drop. No, I think we're fine. Let's send this back. Okay, our opponent's going to be on the play, I assume, since they are an aggressive vampire deck. We'll probably keep any hand that has... Oi, well, we're not going to keep this one. I'll say we'll keep any hand that has Golden Demise. Yeah, there's just no way we can keep this hand. Even if we hit the land, we have to hit another land, and okay, we'll go ahead and mulligan this hand. Ah, it's worse. But we do have a 1-drop. We have a 2-drop. We get to scry, and we're on the draw. And the Ranging Raptors will hopefully help us pick up some ground there. Okay, we'll be greedy and keep this. No! Oh. So we can put this on top. And then we're stuck in top deck mode for the rest of the game. Just praying that we get to a land. We can't do that. That makes this hand so much worse. Just because now we know there's no way we can get to that card. Although actually, I'll take that back. We have Ranging Raptors, so wow, okay. Right out of the gate. That's fine. We'll play our Blightkeeper. Land. Perfect. Okay. Now we're looking good here. So we're just going to kind of do the same thing we did last game. Play the Cherished Hatchling next turn. Hopefully we'll hit a land this turn. That will be fantastic. Just so that we can go ahead and... Actually, the Hoarder's fine too. Let's get an R1. I assume our opponent's going to take this since they didn't bother attacking. And the Hoarder's going to be pretty good. We may just end up trading this off just to get the treasure token since we didn't draw a land here. Yeah, because next turn we can attack. I'll trade it with anything. Then we get the treasure token, play the Raptors. And at that point we can just start sending it in. Even if it only gets us one land, that's fine. No land from our opponent. It's actually a good thing. Land. Land. Yes! Okay, we're looking good now. So we're going to swing in, again, just because I'm still fine to trade the Direfleet Hoarder for the Queenspace Soldier. I'd rather trade it for that than a token, Vampire token later on. Plus it technically ramps us. No blocks. Perfect. Play the Raptor. If our opponent swings at the Queenspace Soldier, we're probably going to have to take it, because I assume that they'll have Moment of Craving in the hand. If they don't draw any lands for a couple turns, we might be looking pretty good here. Yeah, okay, so they're just going to pump it. That's fine. We will not be blocking. We're happy to take 2 damage here, or, well, 3 damage, I assume. Although our opponent might not pump it just so they can block the Hoarder, which is good too, because then we can go ahead and if we draw a land... No, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pump it here. So it's unfortunate our opponent isn't drawing any land, I hate those games where you just can't get the cards you need, but... this is part of Magic. Attack with everything. And we could play the Hatchling, because if we draw a land and our opponent blocks it, we can kill something with Armasaur, but I'd rather just play the Stalker here, just because they can't block it. So that's just another creature that they can't deal with correctly. Okay, so our opponent's got a land, so I'm assuming Reaver Ambush is going to hit our Raptors. What do they got here? Anything? Still the same attack? Yep, no blocks. We're happy to take that. Which is good because they don't even have to use this ability. So they probably do have Moment of Craving. Or maybe they just don't have anything. Okay, well, we're just going to send everything in. We know they don't have Rallying Roar this turn, so that's the thing. And now we're just going to play the Cherished Hatchling. And I think that might be it for our opponent. Of course, if they play their own Golden Demise, which was hiding in one of their 6 or so cards we haven't seen, then, we're going to feel kind of bad. But I've got an Armasaur in hand. We'll get a treasure token out of it. And we have Vanquish the Weak to deal with any nasty flyers. And our opponent just isn't hitting the land they need to get that final mana there to start casting some of their Paladin of the Bloodstain or the 3/1 flyers, something to start blocking some of these creatures. I'm assuming now they're doing math. They probably have 1 removal spell, and they're looking at what they need to block. They can block the Hoarder with the Sky Marcher. They can block the Hatchling with the Soldier. They're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they have Moment of Craving, they can kill 1 creature, go to 6, and take 3. Of course, we probably will just Vanquish the Weak. One of their creatures on our turn. Okay. There's also the possibility that our opponent has walked away from their computer. So we'll just cut this and we'll jump back in once our opponent starts doing something here. Okay, so looks like our opponent has decided to start playing again here. And they're just going to hold up all their blockers. And okay, maybe they walked away from their computer again here. We'll be back if they do anything else. Okay, they're back. Let's see what we got here. So we got a forest, we got the Armasaur. We can also play Vanquish the Weak. If we Vanquish the Weak, the Soldier, we can swing. I mean, what can they have here? Rallying Roar? If we swing with everything, they can only block 2 creatures. But if they have Moment of Craving, they block 2 creatures and Moment of Craving, they're still going to take, we'll take 3. But if we kill this and then Moment of Craving, they're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll still be alive. So yeah, I guess we just swing with everything here, and then we'll play the Armasaur. And if they have any shenanigans, we'll Vanquish the Weak here. Okay, any blocks? Do they have Moment of Craving? Block the Hoarder and block Hatchling. Okay. Take 2, 3, 4, 5. We have no effects. Alright. Do they have Reaver Ambush? Moment of Craving? Reaver Ambush on our Stalker. So they're going to take 2, 3. So we should have played Vanquish the Weak. They're going to lose all their creatures, though. We're going to play Armasaur. So that's fine. Okay. Actually, we can play the Armasaur right now. Since it has instant speed. We could trade it for, we can trade the Bat for a Saproling token, which we're not going to do. Okay. Oh wait, no, this is a May ability? May. Okay, so we may have it fight the Bat. Okay. No. Give me my token. Okay, that was way too much going on there. All right, send it back to our opponent. We just need to get 1 damage through, which honestly we can get that through with a bat at some point if we really have to. Although honestly, if they pick Paladin the Bloodstain, they can block the Armosaur and the Raging Raptors. And then they'll only take 1 damage, but they'll gain 1 damage. So they'll still be at 1 life. Of course, we're just going to vanquish the weak. Okay, they didn't have anything there. So, okay, well that's going to be it for our black-green deck there. Pretty sweet, actually. I actually enjoyed playing that. It was a lot of fun. It was fun to play with, Strength of the Pack and Golden Demise in the same deck, and have so many games where we drew both of those cards. We didn't draw them against this opponent, really. I mean, we did 1 game, and it felt pretty bad having to shuffle that to the bottom of the deck in the last game there, just because Golden Demise would be just absolutely the best card against vampires. Just completely wipes the board. But either way, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing it. I hope that everyone enjoyed watching all of the picks from the draft. I hope you enjoyed watching all of the rounds. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time.